Welcome to lesson 14 of Male Palabras. It says here, in this lesson you're going to use the word, you're going to learn the word would. Would. You're going to learn to use the word would. Okay, in this lesson you're going to start to refine your English. Not only to speak an English that everybody in the world speaks, but to speak an English that sounds more refined. And for this, you need to learn to use the word would. This is the principal subject of this lesson, the word would. You'll also see that to use it, a lot of people are going to start to comment that your English sounds better all the time. And this is precisely the object of this course, that your English sounds as it should sound. You're going to learn the word would, and you're going to put it to much use. Okay, let's have a look. Well, we've read this already. So we have, as usual, we have the vocabulary. Okay, and you're going to listen to the recordings, and you're going to learn all this vocabulary. Very important. Before you go to the first exercise. And the first exercise is more idiomatic expressions. So by now you're learning a lot of idiomatic expressions, and we also call them phrasal verbs, okay? So the first one is throw away. We hear the example, please throw away that awful bicycle, okay? Por favor, tira esa espantosa bicicleta, okay? Or try on. Try on. I am trying on my new dress. Bueno, yo no, pero. Okay, try out. Can you try out my new car? Hmm? Turn down. These are important. All these turns. Turn down. Baja el volumen. Please turn down the TV. Okay? Or turn down another meaning. Rechazar. She turned down my invitation. Okay? Turn off. Apagar algo. I will turn off the computer in 5 minutes. I will turn off the computer in 5 minutes and turn on, contrario. Please, turn on the light. Please, turn on the light and turn up. Well, this is the opposite of turn down, bajar. In this case, subir. Subir el volumen. Jimmy turned up the TV. And then we have wake up. My mother wakes up every day at 5 o'clock. That's very early. I wake up a little bit later. I wake up at about 7:30. What time do you wake up? Walk out on, abandonar. One walked out on me in the store. That's not very nice. Then we have grow up. Grow up, crecer. My nephew is growing up very fast. My nephew is growing up very fast. So we're going to do an exercise with these, as always. So I have to wake up my sister at 3 o'clock. Okay? Now we can dividir, we can split this phrasal verb. Okay? So we can say I have to wake my sister up at 3 o'clock. También. Okay? I have to wake up my sister, or I have to wake my sister up. It's the mismo. Okay? Okay, in this one, I wanted her to come with me, but she turned me down. Okay, rechazar, turn down, and here we divide it, and we put the pronoun entre turned and down. Okay, between the verb and the preposition. I wanted her to come with me, but she turned me down. Oh dear. Okay, so I will turn off the TV if you leave. Okay? is growing up with his grandmother. Okay, so you do these. These are the normal exercises for phrasal verbs. Okay? Maria has tried on 5 hats for Christmas. Oh, okay. Now, we're going to look at some conditionals here, okay? And last time we looked at the first conditional, and we learnt to use it with the future tense, the verb will, the auxiliary verb will, the auxiliary modal verb will. And this is very, very similar in structure. This is the word would, would. Now, like will, it's not immediately translatable into Spanish, okay? So we use a conjugation in Spanish as with the future of the modal auxiliary verb will, but here we use haría, okay? Ia, yo trabajaría, I would work, okay? So, as it says here, it's formed in the same way as the future tense, you know, in the following way. I would work. Remember, I will work, you will work. This is I would work, you would work, he would work. Okay? But it's a conditional, okay? So we would say I would work if I could find a job. Si podría encontrar un trabajo. Okay, I would work if I could find a job. You would work. He would work. Okay, this is conditional. So I want to look a little bit closer. Okay, you can see here the conditional negative. I would not work. You would not work. Okay, like all modal verbs, el segundo verb, the second verb, is in the infinitive sin tu. Okay, and there's no conjugation. Look, she would work, he would work. There's no s. There is no s. Okay, in the negative. Okay, and the same with the questions, interrogative. Would I work? Would you work? Okay, so in the negative we see not comes between would and the second verb. Okay, she would not work. We can make a contraction. Wouldn't, wouldn't. So we can contract it like this in the negative. Can you see that? Wouldn't. Okay? That's how we contract it. And we can also contract it in the affirmative. Okay? And we do this like, it's so easy. I apostrophe D, I'd. You apostrophe D, you'd. Okay? He apostrophe D, he'd. He would, you would, I would. Okay? Now, that can be confusing because when we make a contraction with the verb had, el pasado de tener, had, we make the same contraction. So this could be I would or I had. Okay? But you will see it in the context of the sentence. You will understand. Okay? So it's not too confusing. Okay, so this is the structure of making it. You would work, they would work. Look how easy. Que fácil. Look how easy it is. Look in Spanish. You have all these different endings. All these different endings. Okay? But in English, it's all the same. I would not work. Okay? In fact, let's take a look at the word would. Now, I like to use the English Club on the internet, the English Club. Okay, it's easy to find. English Club, and it has some very good explanations. So let's look at some of the explanations. You may prefer to look in Spanish, but I think it's a good idea to learn in English. If you're learning English, okay, look it up in English. Okay, so would. Would is an auxiliary verb, a modal auxiliary verb, okay, like will, okay, can, hmm, could, should. These are all the modal verbs. The modal auxiliary, bueno, would and will. We use would mainly to talk about the future. Talk about the future in the past. And to express the conditional mood. También, also, we use would for other functions such as expressing desire, polite requests and questions, opinion or hope, wish and regret. Okay, so not, it's not only for the conditional. Not only for the conditional. Okay, this is the structure of would. The main verb is always the bare infinitive. Remember the bare infinitive? That's an infinitive without to. So we have the subject, she. Here she is the subject. And would and main verb, okay? She would like tea. She would like tea. She would not like whiskey. Okay? And here's the question. Would she like coffee? Bueno, quizá. Okay, now here's the contraction. She'd like tea. She wouldn't like whiskey. Okay? There are no contractions in when we ask questions, okay? So here it says would is never conjugated. It is always would or short form. The main verb is always the bare infinitive. So you can't say, I would to like coffee. I would to like coffee? No. Solo I would like coffee. And here's what I explained earlier. Be careful because would and had have the same short form of D. Okay? So he'd finished, he had finished. He'd like coffee, he would like coffee. Okay? Now, you can see in the sentence, you can't say he would finished. It's impossible to say he would finished because there's no conjugation. Where's the would? You have to have a bare infinitive, which would be finish. He would finish. Okay? Never he would finished. Okay? Also here, you can't say he had like coffee. You can only say he would like coffee. Okay? You can say he had liked coffee, but it's very unusual. And you can't have a bare infinitive. This was the had. Okay, use of would. Now this is important. Talking about the past, we often use would as a kind of past tense of will or going to. So a kind of past tense of the future. So here's an example. I thought it would rain, so I brought my umbrella. Okay? Would, future in the past. When talking about the past, we can use would to express something that has not happened at the time we are talking about. In London, she met the man that she would one day marry. Okay? But here, this is what this is the most usual use of would in conditionals. We use would to express the so-called second and third conditionals. Okay? We use will in the first conditional, and we use would in the second and third conditionals. So here, if he lost his money, If he lost his job, he would have no money. Hmm? So look, we've used the past tense here in the first part. If he lost his job, he would have no money. Okay? Bueno, he has not lost his job. No sé. He hasn't lost his job. Hasta ahora no. Ya no. Okay? So if he lost his job, he would have no money. So the second conditional definitely is talking about something that is still in the future. Hmm? But we don't know. Hmm? Here's something. This is the third conditional. This is not real because it didn't happen. If I had won the lottery, I would have bought a car. So you see in this first one, it's if he lost. Okay? That's just pasado. Okay? But this is past perfect. If I had won the lottery, bueno, I didn't. I would have bought a car. Okay. I didn't win the lottery, so I didn't buy a car. But if I had won the lottery, I would have bought a car. So it's not real. It's dreaming of the future. Okay, and using the same conditional structure, we often use would when giving advice. So we can say, I wouldn't eat that if I were you. Or if you asked me, I would say you should go. Or if you ask me, I would say you shouldn't go. Okay? These are conditional. You haven't asked me. You didn't ask me. But I'm telling you what I would tell you. I'm telling you what I would say. I wouldn't eat that if I were you. Pero I'm not you. I am not you. So, si tú quieres comer esta, bueno, if you want to eat it. Okay? But me, I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. Okay, sometimes the condition is understood, and there does not have to be an if clause. Okay, you can look at all these. Have a good look at this. Okay, now would, desire or inclination. Would, polite requests and questions. Would, opinion or hope. Would, wish. Okay, so these are important too. Okay, I would love to live here. I would love to live here. Okay, I mean it's a statement. I would love to live here. Okay, but it sounds like a conditional. Yeah, I would love to live here, but it's not possible. I can't move. I have a good job in the town that I live. I would love to live here, but I can only go on holiday here. Okay? Would you like some coffee? This is a polite request. Would you like some coffee? Okay? What I would really like is some tea. So would you like some coffee is more of a polite request. Would you open the door, please? It's más educado, more polite than saying, open the door, please. Or, what would the capital of Nigeria be? It's an inquiry, okay? A polite request for information. Opinion or hope, okay? This is more complicated. We're not going to really use this today. Well, we're going to use some opinions. I would imagine that they will buy a new car. I would imagine that they will buy a new car. Clearly, someone has some money. And this is an often used expression. I would have to agree. Yes, I would have to agree. Okay, I would expect him to come. And here with wish. I wish you would stay. I wish you would stay. Okay, and you can also use it, look at all these, presumption or expectation, uncertainty, derogatory, okay? So there's a lot to learn with the modal auxiliary verb would. Okay, so let's have a look at the exercises. Now, the first exercise is you're going to learn the structure, and then you're going to translate the following sentences to English, okay? Which is quite, I think it's quite difficult. Here's an example. Would you go to school tomorrow? Would you go to school tomorrow? Si tiene oportunidad, huh? If you have the opportunity. Would you go to school tomorrow? This is a conditional, okay? And here's a conditional. I would talk to the doctor if he asked me to. I would talk. Here you can say with the doctor or to the doctor, okay? It's the mismo. If he asked me to. If he asked me to, okay? What about this one? I would like to go. I would like to go to the theatre with your brother. Okay? I would like to go to the theatre with your brother. This is expressing desire. Okay? I would like to go to the theatre. Okay? Or would you lend me your bicycle? Would you lend? Would you lend me your bicycle? This is a polite request. También. Okay? All with a conditional feeling. Okay? Would you lend me your bicycle if I need it? Si lo necesita. If I need it. Okay? Would you lend me your bicycle? Okay? They would like to escape from prison. Yeah. Okay? They would like to escape from prison. His mother would like. His mother would like to buy a car especially for him. Okay? Would like to buy compraría. Okay? Okay, I would not put that paper on top of the computer. I would not. I wouldn't put that paper on top of the computer. Okay? Okay, would you come? Would you come with one to the fiesta? Okay? It could be a conditional. It could be a polite request. Would you come with one to the party? Okay? It could be a conditional, you know. Would you come to one would you come with one to the party if you are free? Si estás libre. If you're free that afternoon, okay? Or here's one. This is opinion. This is my opinion. Mr. Perez would not steal money from your office. Okay? This is my opinion. Mr. Perez would not steal money from your office. Okay? And here's another. This is a sort of mixture of conditional and opinion. I don't think they would go to their house at Christmas. Okay, I don't think they would go to their house at Christmas. I think they would stay in the hotel because the hotel has everything. Okay, I don't think they would go to their house at Christmas. Okay, su sobrino de ella. Okay, so her nephew, would help you to prepare the event. Her nephew would help you to prepare the event. This is conditional. Her nephew would help you to prepare the event. If she can. Si pueda. If she can. Okay? And sir, this is a polite request. A polite request. Sir, would you put the television in front of the door? Por favor. Would you put the television in front of the door? Okay? Normalmente we would say please. Okay? Por favor. Okay? Here's another one. This is another request. Would you call the police? Would you call the police? It's like, Would you call the police, please? Hmm? Okay, and here's another request. Would you put your car behind mine? Behind, detrás del mío. Behind mine. Okay? Uh, here's one. My sister wouldn't talk with her husband. Okay? This sounds like something in the pasado. Okay? My sister wouldn't talk with her husband. For 2 weeks, por 2 semanas, my sister wouldn't talk with her husband. Okay? It sounds like the pasado. Okay? You could turn it into a conditional. My sister wouldn't talk with her husband if he didn't apologize. Okay? Okay, she would swim. Oh, no, sorry, Eos. They would swim in the deep lake. They would swim in the deep lake. Okay, that sounds like something from the pasado. Something that they would do hace muchos años. Hace años, okay? They would swim in the deep lake. And here's a question. And it's a polite request. Would you use the door on the left? Would you use the door on the left, por favor? Okay? And here's definitely something from the past. Okay? He would speak with his mum, with his mother. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. De ella. She. Oh, confusing. L is he. He would speak with his mother. No, he would speak with her mother. Forgive my Spanish, it's terrible. He would speak with her mother for hours. For hours. This is definitely pasado. Okay? You can see, huh? What a wet. It's very confusing for me, for an English person to learn Spanish because él hablaría. Okay, he would speak con su madre, but I don't know it's her mother until I see this, de ella. Okay? Because I could think with he could speak with his mother, he could speak with their mother. But no, the ella, he would speak with her mother for hours. Something that happened in the past. Okay? Now we know this because it says, their daughter would eat una vez al día. You see, this is where it's confusing for an English person. Is this his daughter, her daughter, their daughter? Well, I'm going to say their daughter. Their daughter, okay, would eat once a day. This is también pasado, okay? And this, Mr. Gomez would drive the lorry, okay? Now you can turn all these into conditionals, but as they stand, they are talking about the past. His daughter, their daughter would eat once a day if she had the food. If she had the food, okay? Mr. Gomez would drive the lorry if he had to. If his brother didn't arrive for work, okay? And the teacher would run a mile. The teacher would run a mile cada día, okay? The police would put him in prison if they catch him. Okay. So let's have a look at the next exercise. Okay, this is easy. This is just using the different forms. So you're going to change the following sentences to negatives and later to questions, okay? So they would arrest him if he steals. Ellos lo arrestarían si roba. Okay, they would arrest him if he steals. Negative, they wouldn't arrest him if he steals. Question, would they arrest him if he steals? So would they arrest him if he steals? Okay, they would put the plant between the two houses. They wouldn't put the plant between the two houses. Would they put the plant between the two houses? Okay? Su yerno hablaría con él hoy. Okay? His son-in-law would speak to him today. Okay? si tiene oportunidad. If he has the opportunity, he would speak to him. Okay? So, his son in law wouldn't speak to him today? Or would his son in law speak to him today? They would go on vacation together in the Pasado. They were friends. They would go on vacation together. Okay? They wouldn't go on vacation together. Would they? Would they go on vacation together? Okay? So you can do this exercise. Learn all the different forms. Let's have a look at the last two. That boy would give your daughter a prize. Ese niño daría a su hija un premio. Mm. That boy would give your daughter a prize. That boy wouldn't give your daughter a prize. Would that boy give your daughter a prize? Okay, so study the verb, the auxiliary modal verb would. Hmm? At the same time, study the modal auxiliary verb will. Hmm? And all the others. Could, can, should. Tener que is también, es como it's like a modal verb, tener que. Okay, I have to go. Okay, or deber, should. You have a look at all the modal verbs, conditionals. Spend a long time doing this, okay? And I will see you for lesson 15. Okay, bye bye.